So what is up, Africana fam? Welcome to the season finale of the Avatar series. Today I didn't do an intro just because my intro got deleted. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this look and like how this look, go ahead and give me a big fat thumbs up for this video and comment some tornado emojis if you are an Air Nomad or Air Nation. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So now we're going to go ahead and start with the watercoloring process. I'm going to use my Shimmer Light shampoo and I'm going to have a bucket of warm water. And I'm just going to go ahead and place that in the water and then mix it around with a comb just so that there's no, purple shampoo particles flying around and everything is nice and mixed up. And the hair that I will be using is from my future wig line. It's in the works, you guys. It's not coming out anytime soon, but I'm still testing out hair and stuff. So yes, I have two 26s and two 24 inches and a 20-inch lace frontal, and it's a 13x4 lace frontal, and I made it into a wig. And I'm just right now I'm putting the hair inside and kind of separating the hair, and we're just toning the hair to get it to a nice platinum / gray type of color before we apply our rinse. Now I went ahead and let that sit in the shampoo for about 5 minutes, rinsed off the shampoo, and now we are starting off with a new bucket of warm water, and I'm applying my Kiss Temptations dye in the color platinum. Overall, I used 2 full bottles of this, and again, you're just gonna pour 1 bottle in. I'm gonna mix around the mixture, make sure that there's no dye flying around, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and dip the hair. And you guys, I'm so used to using the Adore version of titanium or platinum. This is my first time using this brand, especially for gray hair, but I must admit I actually like this brand a lot better. Like, no cap, I really like this brand a lot better, more so because I noticed for Adore, especially for platinum, it has a purple undertone, and I don't really like that. It's okay, it's cool, it's nice, but sometimes your ends could end up getting purple if certain parts take to the hair better than others. But this one has a blue undertone, and I like the blue undertone better than the purple undertone and the gray. So again, I'm just dipping the hair back and forth inside of the hair, combing through the hair, making sure it's nice and saturated. When it comes to gray, it gets pretty tricky for the most part. Sometimes you're gonna have pieces that take to the color more than others, and it's more noticeable when it's wet versus when it's dry. But when it's dry and you do everything, I promise you, it's not gonna be such a big deal. See, I'm just gonna go ahead and go back and forth, and I added the second bottle of the Adore I added the second bottle of the Kiss Temptation dye once I seen that the first bottle, it got soaked up into the hair. And again, just combing through the hair, making sure that everything is saturated, and as you guys can see, I'm getting a nice gunmetal type of color. And I'm just going to keep on doing this until I get my desired color. And I also left this in there, left the wig inside the mixture again for about 5 to 10 minutes. And once that's done, sitting inside the mixture, I'm going to go ahead and rinse it off with some cool water, and I'm going to let that air dry. And I went ahead and let it air dry, flat ironed it off camera, because you guys have seen me flat iron 1,001 times. But I'm going to show you guys how I get my sleek straight back. So right now I'm in the section of the frontal part, and I'm parting out sections, horizontal sections of my frontal, and I'm using my Care wax stick, and I'm pressing that into the roots of the sections of the frontals, and I'm just going to use my hot comb and press that hair down. Again, I'm going for something very slick back and sleek, as you've seen inside the intro, and I just want it to be really sleek, not puffy or anything. So you want to make sure you train the hair. So this is how you train the hair. Just go into sections, put in some Care wax stick only on the roots, and then you're just gonna go ahead and press it out. And I do have my hot comb on medium to high heat. You don't want it too high because that could distort the color. But yeah, I'm just applying that in each section that I pull out. And I want to work in small sections just so that, you know, I get everything saturated in there and everything is nice and laid. And I'm just repeating this step all over the hair, y'all. Now, as for the very front of the hair, I did not put any carrot care on there. I just went ahead and just, you know, slicked it back. I didn't put any carrot care wax stick on there, more so because I want to make sure that, you know, it doesn't get too greasy. So when I pull out my baby hairs aren't thin and greasy looking. Nah, you don't want that look. So for the very front, I did not put any carrot care wax stick for that. Especially if you know that you're going to have baby hairs, do not put carrot care wax stick on the very front of the hairline. Alright, now on to the install. I already have my wig cap done, and I'm taking my 91% alcohol, and I'm just going to go ahead and prep my hairline for this install. And the wig was already tinted with my foundation color. I used my Lancome Tint Idol in the color 555 to tint my foundation. That's my foundation. To tint my lace, you guys. To tint my lace. And I'm going in with my Erica J Hold Me Down adhesive. It's the watermelon version. And I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 layers of this on this bad boy, y'all. And you want to make sure that you do 2 layers and, you know, just smear it down. I'm using my rat tail comb, the metal comb, well, the metal part of the comb, to smear it down flat. And you want to make sure that it is completely clear before you apply your next layer. And again, I use only 2 layers for this. Now that the second layer is nice and dry, I'm going to go ahead and start applying my wig. I do have my wig cut into slits just so it's easier for me to kind of, you know, pull and tug at the wig and to kind of, you know, shape it to where I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and place the wig right in front of the glue. You don't want to right exactly on the glue. You kind of want to have, you know, room for error and, you know, room for mistakes. And you know, just go back in and add glue instead of trying to remove glue, because removing glue is a hassle. So now that everything is kind of placed into where I want it to be at, I'm going to go ahead and take my eyebrow razor and I'm going to go in sections. I'm going to work in the middle section first, and then we're going to cut off the excess lace. And then you want to get as close to the hairline as possible. So again, like I told you, I like to work in sections. So this is my first section, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply some glue and do my detailing. This is my detail work. I'm going to kind of, like, you know, try to outline where I cut at and put the glue right there, and, you know, just use 2 layers. And yeah, this is very tedious. It's very tedious. So please take your time, y'all. Do not rush this. Again, and never over guesstimate yourself, okay? If you feel like, you know, you probably got it too in front, just start back and then, you know, just keep applying glue and then cutting off the lace just so that, you know, it doesn't get messy. So again, I'm just using 2 layers, and then I'm gonna let that dry and turn completely clear before I apply and adhere that lace onto the glue. Alright, now that the middle section is done, now we're going to go ahead and work on the side section. Again, you just want to make sure that you cut very slowly, tediously, close to the hairline as possible. And we're going to do the same exact thing that we did in the front. Now that I have everything nice and laid, it's time to take out the baby hairs. So I'm just taking out some baby hairs that I plan on using. I'm just going to go ahead and go all around the perimeter of my hairline. Alright, now it is training day. We're going to train these baby hairs how to behave, okay? So I'm using my hot comb and I'm pressing down the roots of my hot comb onto, the roots of my baby hair. That didn't come out right, but y'all know what I meant. But yeah, you guys, I'm just going to go ahead and just train those baby hairs so it can lay nice and flat. You want to make sure that you do this because you do not want your baby hairs to be flying all over the place, you know. Definitely use that hot comb and press down those roots. And now I'm going into my Kara wax stick because I know now that I'm going to have everything slicked back. I'm going to apply that to the roots of where like my hairline is at, between my hairline and my baby hairs, and I'm going to apply that all over and then use my hot comb just to press it down so we have a nice and sleek look. Now to further melt my lace, I'm using my Fantasia spritz and I'm spraying that all around my hairline just so we can have that hairline nice and laid and slayed. And after I do that, I'm going to go in with my blow dryer on medium heat and we're going to use my elastic band and I let that sit for about like 20 minutes. Alright, now on to the makeup. I already have my face prepped and primed and my eyebrows done. And now it's on to foundation. I'm using my Lancome Tint Idol foundation in the color 555. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix that in with my Huda Beauty foundation in the color Lava Cake. And I love mixing those two because it gives me like the perfect skin tone for me. And I'm using my Real Techniques buffer brush, my Instapot brush, and I'm just gonna buff that all around my face, use some patting and swiping motions, and I'm using my Morphe small buffer brush just to get like the smaller parts like my forehead. And as I can see, like I got some like, you know, gear on. I just wanted to protect my baby hairs and make sure that it didn't get no makeup on it. Still got some makeup on it, but you know, it's the effort that, you know, counts. So now on to concealer. I'm using my Juvia's Place concealer in the color J8, and I am highlighting around like my eyes, my T-zones, and my mustache. Okay, we gotta highlight those places, baby girl. We gotta make ourselves look laid and slayed. Now I'll be going into my damp beauty blender. We're gonna blend that bad boy out, y'all. We're gonna blend. And I let the concealer sit for about like a good 2 to 3 minutes just to give it, you know, some opaqueness, you know. So I let that sit for a little bit, and then, you know, it's gonna go ahead and buff it out. And as you guys can see, it just looks like I got a lace lift. It's a lace lift, a facelift. What's going on more today, you guys? I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's a lot going on. So I decided to take off the band because the band was killing me, and I also just needed to make sure that, you know, I wasn't missing any makeup, you know, when I have the band on and all that extra stuff. So yeah, but now I'm going into my Juvia's Place foundation stick in the color Congo, and I'm just only applying that on, like, you know, the sides of my face. But now on to setting powder. I'll be using my Laura Mercier in the color medium deep, and I'm just gonna apply that, you know, wherever I highlighted at. You know, you want to make sure that you always set your liquids, you guys. It doesn't matter what it is, you have to set your liquids. It's a must, otherwise your makeup will move. So I'm just applying that wherever I highlighted at. And today I didn't contour my nose with the contour stick. I just went ahead and contoured it with powder, and actually I missed that. You know, I think I'm gonna start doing that more. It gives me like a less harsh contour. So yeah, I definitely will be going back to that. Alrighty then, now it's on to powdering our contour. I'm going into my Morphe AR That's Rich contour palette, and I'm using the darkest color, and I'm just gonna, you know, contour my nose as well as, you know, the hollows of my cheeks as well. So y'all already know. Y'all already know. This is my go-to, okay? I'm just using my foundation stick in the color Congo, and I'm applying that as my base on my eyelids. And, you know, I have to go for the brown smoky. Come on, you guys. This is the go-to. This is just the everyday look. You got me, yeah? Minus the gray hair and the contacts, but you get my drift, though. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, use that and kind of buff that out, and then I'm going into my Fenty Beauty in the color Mocha Mommy. This is the their bronzer. I'm gonna apply that all around my lids and just diffuse that, make it look nice and beautiful. Now I already lined my eyes off camera, but now I'm just gonna go in, and we are going to tight line underneath my eyes with some black eyeshadow. I got it from the Warrior 2 palette. The blackest is black. It's black, you guys. It's black. It's the black eyeshadow. And then on top of that, I'm gonna go back in with the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mommy just to kind of buff out that black underneath. And now I'm just removing any excess powder that I have on my face. Want to make sure all of that is removed. And now on to eyeliner. I'm using my Essence liquid liner in the color matte black, and I'm gonna give myself a nice, pretty dramatic wing for today, y'all. We're going pretty extra, just a wee bit, darling, just a wee bit, okay? And I'm just going to add that little cat wing in the inner corner of my eyes. And then onto bronzer, I'm going back into the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mommy, and I'm applying that on the apples of my cheeks. Now lately, y'all, I've been feeling going back into, highlighting my nose. I went back a little bit. So right now what I'm doing is I'm highlighting my nose with my Amrezy ABH highlighter, and I'm just applying that on the button of my nose and also my Cupid's bow. Now on to the lips. I'm using my Italia lip pencil in the color Black, and then I'm gonna go into the burgundy one as well and put that right underneath the black, or right on top, whichever you prefer. I don't know. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply my butter gloss in the color Tiramisu. And we're just going to, just mesh those together. And it just gives it a look, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and set my face with my Morphe setting spray. And I'm just going to apply that all over my face and then pat it in with my foundation brush. Now y'all already know I gotta apply my little moly moles. So I'm going in with my Essence liquid liner again, and I'm just applying my tree moles on my face just to give my face a little character. And that's about it for the makeup section. We're gonna go back into the hair and finesse these baby hairs the Arrogante way. So I went ahead and released the beast, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut these baby hairs. I want to cut them pretty long, but not too long. Today's look for the baby hairs is very eerie, yet big and dramatic, but airy at the same time, So you want to make sure that you don't take out too many baby hairs, and if you do, you might have to end up plucking them or, putting some back. But again, the goal is to be airy like air. Okay, so I'm just using the razor comb, the eyebrow razor, and I'm just cutting them. They're like pretty short but pretty long too. I want to have room for error again. You always want to make sure that you cut longer than what you anticipate, because you can't glue back on the hair. So now I'm going into my bed head. Why do I keep saying foundation, y'all? My bed head flat iron. There we go. My bed head flat iron. I'm just gonna curl inwards with these baby hairs, and it look like I got mini bangs, but that's besides the point. Oh, and did I tell you I already went ahead and put on my contacts, y'all? I couldn't do it on camera. I'm so sorry. I know y'all wanted to see me struggle, but not today, Satan. Okay. That was my first time ever putting anything in my eyes besides eye drops. So yeah, it was a process. It was a long process at that. So let me be, and I'll show you guys the next time. When I'm more comfortable. So I'm done curling my little shebangs or whatever, my bangs, and now I'm gonna go in with my spritz on my baby hair brush, and I'm going to just train the hair and swoop the hair into the hairline. And again, you might have to do some cutting a little bit if you feel like the baby hair is a little bit too long and it's not, flowing how you want them to. So yeah, I just went ahead and cut some off and then, re-swoop them back in. And that's where like the magic really started to happen. You're gonna have to play with this though. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. You're gonna have to play with it. Make sure you have your spritz on your brush. Just kind of training those baby hairs. And yeah, overall, I'm pretty satisfied of how my baby hairs came out. I definitely do have a lot of work to get done with these baby hairs, but overall, I like the look. It gave me like a fictional type of look, and I just enjoyed it. And again, just keep on playing around with it. But that's about it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I did get this headband off of Amazon. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you have not. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this entire series. Thank you guys for sticking tuned. Comment down below some next color series you want to see me do, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.